Hey everyone, welcome to Master Site, and this is going to be game one of Lady of the Lake, which happened just this last weekend, which is exactly 1 week before Masters, so you're going to get a lot of videos from the channel here in the next couple weeks, so hope you all are ready. So today we'll go over game one. As you can see, it's going to be fun. Goblins versus Goblins. I have no clue what I'm doing. So, um, yeah, we're gonna get into the game, go over the lists, and go from there. So, I did want to just kind of took some pictures the night before the event. We're camping in Chris's backyard, which is a tradition. He allows anybody that wants to camp in his backyard, which he has is huge up there. So we put up our tent and everything, and then a bunch of other guys are there, and they got some spotlights, brought tables and terrain, and just started playing games because why the hell not? So, a bunch of the Minnesota guys. I think Billy and I were the only guys from Omaha, and I think the only guys not from Minnesota that showed up for the weekend. So, it's a little bit lower attendance than normal, but with it being so close to Masters, I think that played a big impact in it. So, um, but yeah, just a lot of fun uh, hanging out in the evenings. We do this Friday night, Saturday night, so have a great time. So let's go ahead and take a look over the list. I'm going to be playing against Casey Murphy, who is fairly new to the scene. His brother Connor Murphy's a regular out of Minnesota, the Twin City area, and I hung out with him. Had a great time for him for many years. And he recently converted his brother from 40K to Kings, and he's been having a good time. He came to Bug Eater. He's done, I think, a couple other smaller events, and Lady is the first time he's playing Goblins. So, first time for both of us. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at his list. I usually take home a copy of everyone's list that I play, but this year they didn't end up at home with me. So this is his list to the best of my memory. I know I have all the units. It's just magic items that I'm not sure of for everything. So Casey has a regiment and two hordes of rabble. He has two regiments of mincers. He has a mop up launcher. He has two slashers, both with the trumpets. Giant with Gleaver. He has Grony, two Troll Bruisers, and the Formation. I'm pretty sure magic items were on the Formation, but I do know that he put J Boots on the Mincers, which I think would probably be better on one of the regiments in the Formation here. But anyway, it comes out to very elite 15 drops, 26 unit strength for Goblins. And well, if you haven't watched the preview video, we got 9 drops on him. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the game here. And there's Casey in the front and his brother Connor behind him. And this is our table. So Lady always has unique scenarios where you're playing 2 scenarios at once. One your opponent chose, one you chose. So if you're unfamiliar with that, check out the intro video. But I chose kill the most expensive units because all 3 of his Titans are the most expensive. And he chose to play Dominate. So this is our board. We got 3 impassable pieces, 1, 2, 3, 3 forests, hill on the far left, and I'm pretty sure we don't even have obstacles on this one. So this is deployment. I put out these tokens for the most expensive units. So his giant, both mincers, a troll bruiser behind. I think this is his knight champion back here. Mob pups, the formation, all behind both rabble hordes. A regiment of rabble that's hiding behind this building. Another Patrol Bruiser, both slashers, and Grony on this flank. And then we got stuff, way too much stuff. Chariot, which happens to be one of my most expensive. All three lightning bolt casters behind a horde of rabble with Magua here, who is also most expensive. The Knight Champion's actually the most expensive, 200 points. That's a lot for goblins. The other Chariot, Mincer, all the hordes across the front with second horde or the last horde behind here, and then the regiment behind here because we're playing dominate. Three war trombones there. I guess this is a force, yeah. Three sharpstick throwers here. Basically, I saw two of the three targets over on this flank and said, well, let's just shoot them. They also overlook the center just in case we need to start pouring shots into there. And then three wingets out on the far right because what's better than sharpstick throwers is sharpstick throwers with elite. And the army standard bearer is sitting in between the units here. He has the moonstick, so yeah. So we get first turn, so we just push forward. We shoot a little bit, nothing too crazy. I did end up going this way with the mincer, and then to the right with the chariot character. That is the inspiring over here. So for the dominate scenario, you want to win the scenario is 1 point. If you double your opponent's unit strength as the second point, and your knight champion becomes unit strength 3, and if he's in the circle, you get the third and final point for that mission. So I started him over here just because all of his heavy hitters are out here. My goal was to get some cloaks in, maybe get a charge in. He's pretty tanky though. I don't expect him. I'm not going to use him to take a charge from anything, but I don't expect him to die in one shot out here. So my goal was to contribute a little bit, and then when he's taken enough wounds, he's just going to run back around the building, get into the dominate circle, call it good. And then the kill the three most expensive, you get 1 point for killing one of them. You get a second point for killing all three, and then you get the third point if you prevent your opponent from killing more than one of yours. So I think I can accomplish all that, even though I'm stacking everything up over here. The two slashers, I have faith they're gonna die. There's a lot of shooting out there. This giant here, we're pumping all the lightning bolt into him, and some bow shots too. So eventually he will fall is the goal. And yeah, that's the movement. So over here we see I forget how many wounds I did, but we opened up decent opening volley, did some wounds. I think we got 3 wounds on the giant. Pass it over. Casey moves up as we kind of expected. No charges or nothing, but he does shoot the war trombones on these guys into the unit in the middle. And yeah, that's pretty much it. His mop up does nothing. Yeah, and he's just going to hide with that unit of rabble. Don't forget they're back there. That was the big thing. Grony, we came up with the Army Standard Bearer. And Grony can be an issue, so I wanted to shoot the lightning bolt at him first turn, try to get a wound or two, because everything we do is going to stick against this army. We got 3 hits and 3 wounds, which is great. And then Grony rolled a 1 on his first turn, so he took 4 wounds and did a wound to the slasher next to him, too. So, hey, we're off to a lucky start. So, at least against Grony. And then our turn 2, this is what it looks like. We go in the middle, we back up on the left because lots of hitty, scary things. My hope is that he comes into these guys and then we just flank him with the mincer and get the cloak of death, and then we have some counter charging plays, and but the mincers do have a lot of attacks. They hit on 4s though, so it's dicey if he can pick up the horde of rabble or not. But we back up, we shoot the giant some more. Over here, we're in range now with the wingets. We move forward, we drop bombs, we shoot arrows. We pick up one of the slashers and put a few wounds on the next one. And then we do, oh yeah, the war trombones here. We're just in range of being able to shoot over top of everything and hit these guys. So they unloaded, did 9 wounds. Excellent job, boys. Over here, we got the giant up to 7. Fine. We're chipping away. And then we did 10 wounds with rabble. Hell yeah. All right, going into Casey's turn, this is what it looks like at the beginning and after movement. So he double charged over here. He charged the mincers over that were kind of deciding which way they wanted to go. He charged them this way. It's Knight Champion moving over to the left here. He took the flank on the rabble. We don't care. Grony came out from hiding and hit the flank over here, and his Troll Bruiser came in the front. So yeah, he shot with the short bow from the formation character over the top, did 2 wounds, and wavered our war trombone that's in the middle here. He does kill the rabble horde, and this is his reforms. He ran forward with the giant because I can't actually fit in the flank because of the board edge there, and then turned to face all the way over here. Also, this angle takes him out of front arc of the chariot, so it was a good positioning move for sure. He does kill the one rabble horde with the flank, and those guys took shots the turn before, so. And yep, and this one I think gets wavered or something. Yeah. Anyway, top 3 looks like this, and we're gonna try to do stuff. So yeah, we maneuver as such. Couldn't do much with the chariot. I just ended up having to back up. I wanted to go around the giant, but the positioning just didn't work. Also, he has a troll bruiser here looking that way, so he's blocking the run around. So, but we do go into these guys, get some cloak of death. We're hoping that we can just waver this giant and potentially kill him this turn. So we set everybody up for lightning bolts, preventing any overrunning on individuals. So, yeah, and then move in over here. We countercharge Grony, who only did like 1 wound to us. So, wah wah. And yeah, we're countercharging there. We're going to drop bombs on a slasher this turn and try to pick up 2 of the 3 big boys. We do kill them. We also kill the regiment we were shooting at from the formation, and we put a few wounds on the other one, even. We get this giant up to 12 wounds, but we don't get the 6 to waver, so he's going to do his thing. And then combat, we do waver both of these guys, I think, which is a little crazy. But we don't kill this unit, and it has like 14, 18 wounds on it, something like that. So, yeah, so this is what it looks like going into Casey's 3, and this is what he does. So he goes into the chariot. I've experienced giants; they should not kill the chariot in one go. He could; he has a chance of wavering it for sure, um, but D6 plus 8 attacks and hitting on 4s usually only amounts to like 4 to 5 wounds plus brutal. So, but the biggest failure was we went in here with effectively Crush 1 Thunder 2 on 6 attacks, and then Crush 1 Thunder 1 on D6 plus 6 attacks. Cloak of Death did 1, so between these 2 guys, they only did 3 wounds to this regiment. So that was less than ideal. And yeah, this is what it looks like. He starts maneuvering over with the regiment formation regiment there, and he's just counter-targeting, killing more rabble. And he backs up with the troll. Alrighty. And he killed the individual. He killed him. Yeah, so the mincers spiked a roll. Again, these mincers don't have any magic items or anything, so I think he got 24 attacks, and it should be 12 hits. We removed his thunder, so it should be like 6 wounds. I think he did 12 or something, and he killed him. So there goes our game plan with the character getting in the dominate circle. So yeah, that stinks, but oh well. And then he kills that rebel horde as we expect, and nothing else died. So this is what it looks like going into 4, or after movement on 4. So on the left, we said we don't want to fight a giant. We ran away, bravely ran away, I should say. And then we are shooting at the giant there. Yeah. So, and then Mog was going into his Knight Champion to try and get that duelist going, and we'll see how that works. Boop-a-doo. Yeah, nothing much moved here. Some of the wingists decided to come over here. We got a flank shot onto Mincer, so we want to take that. He couldn't really move forward too far last turn, or there really wasn't much to do. This what's called this chariot was sitting in front of him here, and if he ran forward too far, he had a flank. But yeah, he decided just to run away, bravely run away, and out of the front arc. So we're just gonna start shooting some more, and we're still fighting stuff over here. So we killed Grony this turn with a horde of rabble. Unfair advantage. We started with wounds on Grony, so yeah, and this is the turn we did 0 wounds to the giant, so he's still alive and kicking. So, but we did do quite a few wounds here to the mincers. We did not kill them. I think we might have rolled snake eyes, but it's not like they had anything else they could do this turn anyway. So on Kyle or Casey's turn, this is skipping forward a little bit, but he killed the rabble. And he had just backed up the mincers to try and keep them in inspiring. They had no charges or anything, so yeah. So this is where we're at, and Giant moved over, and that thing that we were, trying to not let him kill our most expensive units. Well, the Knight Champion just came on a counter charge against Magua, which Magua shouldn't kill him in one go, but he performed exceptionally poorly. He gets attacked back, hitting on 6 attacks on 3s and then 4s, but he kills Magua. uh, Defense 5, yeah. Now, this flank is not going how we wanted, but you know what? The center's going all right. We are almost finished mopping up the center here, so I ended up starting moving bolt throwers because we had nothing else to shoot at this turn. So all the individuals scatter to try and prevent overruns and just shoot this giant, please. And then we're just sitting there. Yeah. So we do kill the giant after 5 turns, or however many. I think this is 5. So 5 turns of all lightning bolts going into him, and he died. We did kill the mincers. Yep. So it's kind of just picking up at this point. Casey's turn. He charged, killed individual, overran to here. The troll bruisers attacking this one. He's trying to get in and around to get his guy in the dominate circle. Try to kill my last most expensive unit as well. And then on my turn 6, this is how it looks. We trying to finish off this unit and then shoot off the individual as well as shoot off this individual. So we whiffed pretty bad against his his knight champion. It's not like we were expecting to kill him, but was hoping to get a decent amount of wounds on him. But yeah. And did we not kill them? All right, we killed the mincers. I think we took bolt thrower shots into them. We killed the Fleabag riders that I didn't show up, but they ended up trying to go back around the other side. And we killed Gorp, the character from the formation. We did not, however, kill that horde. Maybe this was turn 5. I forget. Anyway, oh, we did kill the horde. That makes more sense. All right, so reforms like so. He started bringing around his regiment. And he charged in, killed somebody. He's positioned there because on bottom of 6, we do get a 7, or bottom of 6, his Troll Bruiser finally kills this horde over here. We're just holding him out of the circle at this point with this horde. So dominate circles roughly. You're starting right here, so the edge is going through this unit. So we did roll it, and Casey rolled for us to get a turn 7. So we just lightning bolt. We did unload everything to the knight champion, uh, finally killing him to secure the center. And we ended up wavering this unit for the hell of it. And that's where the game ended. His Troll Bruiser was pretty much the only thing he had left, and it wasn't killing a horde of rabble that only had 2 wounds on it. So in the end, we got a win. We got 8 out of the possible 10 points because we dropped 1 point on dominate because our knight champion died, so he wasn't in the center. And we dropped 1 point on the kill the most expensive because only one of our most expensive units was still alive, so Casey was able to kill 2 of the 3. So yeah, we got a 8-point win in the first game. Pretty good start to the event. And goblins did goblin things. So overall, I'd say the I mean, look at goblins, and I think that on paper, just looking at them, it's like, yeah, it's easy. They do the things they do, and it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. But when you have 24 units you're managing throughout the whole game, and have to have the right positioning for each of them and deploying them all in the right spot, I'm I'm not comfortable with this army at all. I'm making mistakes left and right for sure. I feel like I normally handle a 17 drop army, but this is this is a little bit more. So uh, I think I'm playing it fine, but I'm sure Travis is going to look at this and be like, "You're an idiot. Should have done that. Should have done that." He's just on a different level. So I've already after this first game had a taste of oh, might be in over my head here on this. So anyway, that was game 1. You will not see a battle report for game 2 because unfortunately, what happened was Donnie Croce, who is going to Masters, he's playing Goblins as well. Was Had some scheduling conflicts come up, and so he and I. Uh, he Donnie had an agreement with Chris, who's running the event, to get in a few of his games before the tournament started. He was unable to be there at the beginning of the day on day 1, so Donnie and I ended up playing a game, but we ended up playing it on Universal Battle. Um, and if Donnie was unable to make it, that's the game that would be recorded. So the game ended up same score as this one. We get an 8-point win against him. But it was just one where I don't have any pictures. I don't think there's really much there as far as the battle report itself goes. So So you won't see game two. You'll be seeing a game three right after this one. And yeah, so we'll be sitting at 2 wins going into our third game with 16 out of the possible 20 points. In the game against Donnie, I chose to play the control mission, and he chose to play the Merlin's Duel, where your knight champion gets lightning bolt. So that was the game, and yeah, so I appreciate you all for watching. And we'll try to turn around and get the next game out pretty quick here. So stay tuned.